Well, imagine dropping a bombshell of an update on a social media platform on a Sunday night. That's what the Pakistan government did. They shot off a post last night, kickstarting a manic week here, the last week before the T20 World Cup that's to be set to take place between India and Sri Lanka kicks off. What did the post say? That Pakistan will surely play the World Cup but will not take the field against India. What reactions have come in since? Where is this storm heading to? And importantly, where does this leave Pakistan? I'll get you the full picture right here. Now, first, let's look at the latest and how the key stakeholders here, those who will be impacted most by this decision, have reacted. Obviously, we look at what started it all, a message from the Pakistan government that while they have climbed down from their stand of not travelling for the World Cup, they will show up, but they will continue to voice their displeasure by choosing to boycott the match against India that's set to take place in Colombo on the 15th of February. And I first wonder, displeasure over what exactly? I understand that they stood by Bangladesh when the ICC put all the members to vote. What to do with Bangladesh considering they were still wanting to not travel for that World Cup. They paid the price for that because almost every ICC member voted them out. They voted against Bangladesh. Everyone, of course, barring Pakistan. But that matter was over. Right there in that meeting, the case was closed. Scotland have stepped in. It's time to move on. Everyone has, except Pakistan, who seem to be so enraged that they need to boycott their match against India altogether. All for what? Get some brownie points and a pat on the back from Bangladesh. The ICC has sent a strong warning. I'll read out a few pertinent points that they made in their statement. They say that the position of selective participation here is difficult to reconcile with the fundamental premise of global sporting event. This being a sporting event and everyone is treated on equal terms here. The other point that they make, while the ICC respects the roles of the governments in such matters of national policy, the decision is not in the interest of the global game. It doesn't go well with the welfare of the fans as well worldwide, including that of Pakistan. And of course, the ICC also says that they hope that the PCB will consider the significant and long-term implications for the sport here when they take a decision like this and what this is likely to impact, what the impact it will have on the ecosystem, especially when they are a member and a beneficiary of the same. That last bit there was a bit of a warning that this circus has gone on for far too long and Pakistan's sudden whims and desires cannot be entertained, and that too repeatedly. I say this because remember what happened during that Asia Cup last year. Pakistan kept the organizers, the broadcasters, opponents, everyone involved with the Asia Cup on tenterhooks when they suddenly refused to take the field against UAE. They shut themselves in the hotel saying they were not going to play the game. All because they were protesting ICC's decision to keep Andy Pycroft on despite Pakistan launching a complaint against them. A complaint for allowing India not to shake hands with Pakistan after the previous match. What about the Pakistan players? Those who are, by the way, enjoying a perfect warm-up to the World Cup with 3 back-to-back wins over Australia in a T20 series recently. Listen to what the captain of Pakistan said when asked about this boycott the government has ordered.
Yes, absolutely we will go. But that is not our decision, sir, and we cannot do anything about it. Whatever our government and our chairman instruct us to do, we have to follow. Only then will we go, and we will do that.
So here's where we're at. A country that is not only holding the sport hostage, but has decided to make their own players pay the price for their egos. And Pakistan cricket fans too, who are invested in this rivalry, however one-sided it may have been turning out to be over the last few years. And you know the biggest irony here, all of this is happening even as India and Pakistan played out a good, solid contest in the Under-19 World Cup yesterday. A bunch of boys across both teams who are showing great potential, but only are growing up in times that are being marred by political unrest and negotiations that have been taken a bit too far. So what about the other stakeholders here? Everyone invested in the sport. In cricket, the perception is obvious. Pakistan is threatening to disrupt a tournament that is a global event, and in doing so is damaging the ecosystem and the image of the sport itself globally. Of course, there's a lot of contempt for this decision that Pakistan has come across and made. And if ICC's warning is anything to go by, PCB needs to realize the long-term implications this one unruly act of theirs could have on the health of the sport itself, on their own growth, their players, and the relationships that they have all built over decades in this sport. The one thing Pakistan here needs to realize is that no one is winning this boycott. Not India, not the ICC, and definitely not Pakistan. So if the end result of all of this is basically void, what are they really aiming to achieve here? The truth is you can't head to a negotiation table when there is literally no leverage. And that's what it's looking like at this point. So if it's not that, and it's just theatrics, then maybe what we witness all year through in Pakistan's own cricketing system is more than enough to cover ground.
The world doesn't fit in boxes, so why should your news? From battlefields to negotiation tables, from internet outrage to real-world injustice. The conversations everyone is having and the ones they're avoiding. It's the same show, but this new year, Firstpost America gets a new look. I'm Kerry Johnston, and this is Firstpost America.